Welcome back to another episode of Flippin' Ain't Easy. It's been a tough week for me, I have to say. Low sales, low traffic to my store on eBay, and just a lot of other things like what you saw in the title there. My suspicious buyer situation I'm going to talk about here. So without any further ado, let's go. So I really want to really like eBay right now. You know, it's my livelihood. This is what I do. I don't have a job to fall back on. I really just don't have any real need to be upset with eBay. Really, it would make my life a lot easier if everything would fall into place as they used to be. My impressions are back to normal. My sales are back to normal. But instead, I'm dealing with a week where my impressions are down, like a lot of you out there. About 160 listings had zero inventory, and they used to have inventory. They mixed in some items that have already sold, threw those back into my active listings. So basically, it wasn't just a matter of me just slapping a number on the ones with zero, because some of those listings had already been sold, and they didn't want to put myself into that position. So that took me an afternoon to fiddle with, and that took me away from being able to list more items and source and do the things that I like to do to keep my business running. Add the fact that I've been trying for a solid month to join this little eBay celebration, but it doesn't matter what device I use, whether I use my phone, whether I use my iPad, or whether I use my computer or my wife's computer. Doesn't matter what browser I use. Doesn't matter if I go into incognito mode, private mode. I continue to get the same result when I try to link my account. I give them permission to whatever they want to do. I accept their terms and conditions, and I get a screen that is blank. And therefore, with a week left for celebration, I'm kind of dismayed that I don't get to be a part of it. I've contacted the email that they gave me. eBay for Business gave me an email address that I should send my concerns to so they can help me. And they have responded once. And after, I guess, they ran out of solutions, they pretty much stopped replying to me. And so I don't know what's going on with eBay. I don't know how many other sellers out there are having issues. But it's just kind of wearing on me, and it's frustrating. So to make matters worse, like the title suggests, I had a suspicious buyer situation, and it turned out that I sold a robot vacuum. It was about a $400 or $500 vacuum that I sold back Monday night. And Wednesday morning, now Tuesday, I shipped the item. I have same day handling on my items, so I shipped my item out Tuesday early afternoon. Fast forward to Wednesday morning, wake up, check my emails, check my eBay messages, and I have a message from eBay stating that I have a suspicious buyer. So that was an odd message to receive from eBay. So I opened it up, and it stated that the person who bought my robot vacuum cleaner basically is suspicious, and they are no longer a registered user with eBay. And they recommended that I take the following actions. I don't reach out to the buyer, which I had no reason to. I do not ship the item out if I haven't done it. If I haven't received payment, don't solicit the payment. And if I've already shipped the item, which I had by FedEx, that I needed to reach out to the carrier to stop the shipment. That kind of put me in a panic mode, because I don't know what this means. I don't understand why eBay would wait more than 24 hours to let me know that we're dealing with a suspicious buyer. And it turns out that particular buyer had zero feedback when they bought my item, but that's not new. We have a lot of people who sign up for eBay just to buy your item, and they turn out to be just fine. So I had no way to know, and there's no way we can prohibit somebody with zero feedback from buying our item. I wish there was, but unfortunately there's not. So I contacted FedEx, and FedEx told me that the item was on the truck for delivery, but they will reach out to the driver and stop them from delivering the package. So after hanging up with FedEx, I put in a call request from eBay, and it said I had a 1-minute wait for a rep. It took them about 6 hours to get back to me. And this week it's been like that. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe because of all the low impressions and the slow sales, people are calling eBay. I have no idea. But it just so happens that when eBay did try to call me back, it was about 3:45 p.m. in the afternoon. And right when they were trying to dial me, I've been getting a series of phone calls from people in Pakistan lately, and they've been calling my number from different phone numbers, so I can't block them. And they've been presenting themselves as the IRS, stating that they are going to take away my social security number, and therefore I need to speak to a rep, or I can be arrested. So it's all a scam, and they answer the phone, they have their accent, they're there to shake you down for your social security number so they can do who knows what. And so I've told them on numerous occasions where to go and how to get there, and I've stopped answering their calls. But they still continue to call me, and they happen to call me right when eBay was calling me. So their number came through, and of course I ignored the call coming in, and eBay's went directly to voicemail, which means I didn't get my call from eBay to try to get an idea as to what in the world is going on. So when I got home from the store, which is where I was at when I received the phone call from Pakistan and of course eBay, I went online and I checked the tracking for the package, and the package shows that, guess what? It was delivered. So mind you, the balance shows that it's still in my pending, but it hasn't moved anywhere from there. And this was purchased on Monday night. And so I put in for another callback, and I did get my callback, and I spoke to a representative, and she told me that the amount was in my pending, okay, and because they were able to obtain payment from the buyer, that I should be okay. The fact that it was delivered is also fine, just that the buyer will not have the ability to open up any kind of case, which I don't really care at this point. I just want to make sure that this money goes in from my pending to my available balance so that it could be sent to my bank. So I'm still playing the waiting game on that. So, I've learned one thing: never entirely trust what an eBay rep tells you, because they may be sort of giving you their best guess, and they may not have seen. I've never seen this particular email before, so it very well may be that it turns out just fine. But then again, it may turn out to be that this money is returned back to the original form of payment, and the buyer is able to keep this item, which I think is a load of, you can fill in the blanks there. So so that's just sort of adding to my stress level, to the fact that my sales are way down, my impressions are way down, and part of this, when you're in this sort of a mode where your sales are down, and you're continuing to list, because that's really all as sellers we can do, is just keep listing, right? But we also look at the numbers, we're trying to make sense of it, trying to figure out maybe there's something different that we can do. Maybe there's a glitch on eBay's end, and I'm starting to think it's more a glitch on eBay's end. In my previous videos, I talk about item specifics, and the item specifics that eBay is currently focusing on has to do a lot with a lot of the things that I sell: electronics, cell phone items, things of that nature. That's 75-80% of my store. So 75 to 80% of my listings happen to be in the categories that eBay is tinkering with right now with item specifics. So I'm hearing a lot from you guys out there that you're dealing with slow traffic and low impressions. I'm hearing from others that everything's just fine. And it leads me to believe that maybe, just maybe, this could be a situation that's negatively impacting those who are selling in the categories. I think there's 5 categories I talked about, but electronics, cell phone accessories, things of that nature. If you're selling in those categories, you might be negatively affected very much in the same way that the sellers last year in clothing were affected, except their listings were being taken out altogether. And so maybe our listings aren't being seen. That's my conclusion. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's no coincidence that now this is the second year in a row that eBay has messed with item specifics for a specific category, and those sellers in those categories have been hurt and negatively affected because of who knows what they're doing. I was speaking to Joe DeMarco. He has a great channel. I'll put the link here and also down below in the description box. He seems to think that he has information on this. He's told me he won't tell me what it is, so I will allow him to reveal that on his channel. He will probably be releasing a video sometime tonight after 5 o'clock Eastern time, is when he normally does on Friday nights. So that's my story. I wanted to share that with you. It's been a frustrating week. Like I said at the beginning of this video, sales are low, impressions are low, and I don't care who you are. If you don't have eyes on your product, you're not going to make the sale, and you're not going to make the type of money that you're used to making. And when you rely on this for a living, it definitely is very frustrating. So what are your thoughts? Please leave them down below. Do you sell in electronics? Do you sell in home appliances, small home appliances, which is another category that eBay is tinkering with? If you do, tell me how your sales are below. Take a look at your traffic on your seller hub and tell me how your impressions look. Have they gone down over the last week? Do you sell in other categories where you're being affected negatively by low impressions and slow sales? Or are you selling in those clothing categories or any other category that eBay isn't tinkering with, where your sales are just fine? I'd like to know. I'm sure others out there would like to know as well. So eBay, if you're out there listening to this video, definitely set me up for your celebration, because I have a lot of questions to ask. And give us a break, will you? Help us sellers get back on track. Fix your problems, fix your software, so that us sellers can get back to normal and get ready for Q4. And because I certainly hope this doesn't get dragged out into Q4. Otherwise, it's going to be a long fall and hopefully not a long winter. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you for watching my video as long as you have. I appreciate every one of you who take the time every few days when I release a video and listen to me rant. And hopefully once in a while I can help somebody out there with something I'm saying, or maybe I can give you an idea how to help improve your eBay business. So please, before you go, please take a moment to smash that like button. Think about and just go ahead and subscribe to my channel. While you're at it, hit that notification icon so that whenever I make a video, you're notified. Bottom line is, don't give up. Keep listing. Keep your head up. Keep focused on getting as many items as you can listed. Eventually, my hope is that eBay will fix these problems. But, do your best, and just try to have a great weekend and enjoy time with your family and friends. So with that said, I'm going to sign off. Have a good rest of your day.